session. And would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, typically, we would start right in with the resolutions, but I'm going to take a moment, and perhaps Commissioner Lewis would like to say something as well. This is our first meeting in the new building, and a lot of people spent a lot of time to make this happen. Actually, the planning really goes back to planning for the new courthouse, which I was on the committee back in 2013 when I took office the first time. And from there, the evolution of that moving out, vacating this building, led to this remodeling. And I just want to thank everybody that played a role in that, from that committee to John Melvin and his staff, to Mike Fromer, and everyone else has been involved in the process. And one of the comments that I made very early on, we want to return this building to its original majesty. And I think we accomplished that. And still got a little fine-tuning to do, little places on the walls that need to be repaired, but I think it's a building the county and the taxpayers can be very proud of. And Commissioner Lewis, did you want to add anything?
Sure, I did prepare some remarks.
Okay.
Today we take pride in conducting our first public session here in Delaware County's historic courthouse. This majestic building first served the public it was 1869, after the Civil War ended. Originally, the building housed all of the county's administrative offices, and the legacy and their legacy has been thoughtfully preserved and can be felt and seen throughout the building. Eventually, as our county's population expanded, only the court system remained here. And so in this very room, there have been thousands of important court trials, and this was over a period of 150 years. The restoration of this beautiful historic building is a landmark achievement. The investment of time and money we've made will add another 100 years to this building's service to Delaware County and has enhanced its architectural character. This all happened under the direction and with the support of many talented, very talented Delaware County employees, and I'd just like to publicly thank some of them. There have, as you mentioned, Commissioner Merrill, it's been a long process, so many different people involved. Some of the standouts, though, obviously, I'm going to begin with John Melvin. And John is our director of securities, facilities. And I don't know how many times we have pestered him throughout the past several months. When will the building be ready? When will it be ready? And so he was moving forward, and finally, here we are. Mike Fromer, our administrator, played a very vital role. Thank you, Mike. Jane Hawes, Director of Communication, and Marissa Stith played a very vital role, following up on endless details. And I'd also like to thank our facilities and maintenance departments, in particular Chad was great. Scott cleaned the place over and over, as did Carlos, and also Larry. He was great, Larry from facilities. So many more people were involved, but thanks to all of them.
Yeah, we had an event back in November, Veterans Day, out in front for just kind of as we put things back in place for our veterans out front, and that was really well done. The city participated. They closed down Sandusky for us. And Judge Shaw played a role in that. Just in a private conversation we had, he made some observations that really I hadn't noticed, and I think we did a really good job out of respect for our veterans as well. The whole package together, I think it's something that the taxpayers and the residents of our county can be very proud of.
I do too, absolutely. It's really hard to concentrate because I keep looking at all the beautiful windows, and oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then the mural is way up there too, which was discovered. So Okay,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Let's proceed.
Resolution number 21-27, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held January 14th, 2021.
So move.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 21-27. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
And Mr. Benton is absent today.
And I failed to make introductions, which traditionally we do at the beginning of the meeting because I wanted to comment about the building. But Sarah DeNova is our clerk today, handling the meeting. Jennifer Walraven, I'm Gary Merrill, president of the board this year. Our vice president, Commissioner Lewis, and our administrator, Mike Fromer. So with that, let's continue.
Resolution number 21-28, in the matter of approving purchase orders, then and now certificates and payments of warrants and batch numbers CMA PR 0120, memo transfers and batch numbers MTAPR 0120, and procurement card payments and batch numbers PCAPR 0120.
So move.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 21-28. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-29, in the matter of a proclamation honoring Roger Van Sickle.
So move.
Second. Let's go ahead and vote on it, and then I will read the proclamation and ask Roger to come forward
Great.
and make some comments.
Vote on motion 21-29. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
I don't know Roger really well, but I recall the first time I really met you was back when I ran the first time, and back in 2012, and 41 years of service in this great county, and obviously a big part of what's make this county great. And with that, I'm going to read a proclamation, and here we go. Whereas the Commissioners of Delaware County, Ohio, wish to recognize and extend their sincere gratitude to Roger M. Van Sickle for his 40-plus years of public service to the citizens of Delaware Township, Delaware County, and the Central Ohio region. And whereas Roger M. Van Sickle, a veteran of the Ohio National Guard, has made his home in Delaware Township for 45 years with his wife Shirley and their sons Chad and Nate. Whereas Roger M. Van Sickle has served Delaware Township as a trustee since 1986, as township clerk from 1980 to 1985, and as a zoning board member from 1980 to 1984. And whereas Roger M. Van Sickle has served on numerous boards and organizations, including the Delaware County Regional Planning Commission, Source Point, the Delaware Area Transit Authority, the Delaware County Jury Commission, the Tri-Township Fire Department, Grady Memorial Hospital, Habitat for Humanity, the Delaware County Cultural Arts Center, the Delaware County Historical Society, the Delaware Area Chamber of Commerce, the Delaware County Farm Bureau, and Oak Grove Cemetery. Therefore, be it resolved that the Delaware County Board of Commissioners hereby honors and expresses its gratitude to Roger M. Van Sickle for his dedication, commitment, and years of outstanding service to the people of Delaware County. And I think this says it pretty well. The long list of achievements and involvement you've had in the county says everything there is to say about you and the role you've played in this great county. Commissioner Lewis, I don't know if you have any comments?
Sure. I remember reading the proclamation, and I was just amazed that you were able to do all that you have done, and such broad service too. Such broad service in so many different ways. You have helped people, Roger, and I'm honored to be able to vote for this resolution because it is richly deserved. Thank you so much.
Before we ask Roger to come forward, we have a couple of trustees, I believe, with us. Does either of you have anything you'd like to say? Just introduce yourself and
Kevin Hennessy.
you can lower your mask for the purpose of...
Yeah.
Kevin Hennessy, Delaware Township trustee. I want to also add my appreciation to Roger for his contributions to the community. A number of us in Delaware Township are involved in our township government directly because of Roger's outreach. Roger not only gave of himself, but encouraged others to do the same. And he has a following in the township of people involved in the zoning boards and even both of the trustees currently, that Roger had, gone and made sure that the community was represented, not just waiting for someone to show up. And the long list of contributions, starting with his service in the National Guard, just speaks volumes to his commitment to community, to the county, to the country. And I'm very appreciative, having lived in the township for almost 40 years, to know that Roger was involved with the township for that period of time. And I also appreciate the commissioners taking the time this morning to honor him. I think in the days we've had of recently, focusing on good government, good governance, and I think it's not a secret. Roger is associated more with the Democratic Party than the Republican Party, but here we are, Republicans honoring our fellow Democrat, and I think that says volumes of our community and our beliefs here in the county. And again, I thank you for taking the time to honor Roger.
Oh, thank you, Kevin.
To that comment, I think service to the county is not restricted to one party. I think Delaware County does it right, and so I just would add on to your comment, Kevin. Yes.
Good morning, Randy Omeroyd, Delaware Township trustee, and I too am a part of Delaware Township and at Roger's hand, because he invited me to join the zoning board about 16, 17 years ago, and through that, then just through the process of working with the township and the needs with the township, Roger's continued encouraging me and helping, and then when a opportunity come up to run for a trustee, I took that opportunity and have greatly appreciated mentoring under Roger. He is a well of knowledge, and he has probably forgot more things than I'm ever going to learn, and served on more committees than I'll ever be able to. So I greatly appreciate Roger's outreach and Shirley for sharing with us Roger over the years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy.
And our guest of honor, Roger, would you like to comment?
Well, it's quite a privilege to be here the first meeting of the new facility.
I'm so glad
It's
that we
gorgeous,
could do it.
and
Yes,
I really
here.
commend you on this, and I think it's beautiful. 41 years kind of flew by, and everybody said, boy, all those committees, and there's sometimes I've been gone 4 nights a week, but I've enjoyed working with the citizens of Delaware County, improving Delaware County, and I had no idea that I was going to ever serve. I thought maybe a couple terms as township clerk, and maybe 3 terms, but I was encouraged to go on, but I enjoyed it. And out of those 41 years, I missed 1 meeting. But somebody says, how did you become so dedicated? Well, I grew up on a farm in Kingston Township. And I can remember, this is the way it was back then. If a farmer got in a problem or was in the hospital, we would take care of his facility. If we would harvest these crops, if he wanted to store it, sell it. We didn't want anything. We just dropped everything. That's the way it was, and that's the way I always felt, And there's things in the township, and I got two trustees back there. They're absolutely terrific. They hit the ground running. And somebody says, do you feel bad about leaving the township? Not really. I've left it about 10 times better than when I found it. And we built a township facility, a park, reduced taxes, improved the roads, and with the help of these 2 guys, I think they're top quality people. So I never felt bad about, again, leaving. But we decided to move out of the district. That's one of the reasons, wife had knee surgery, and 2-story house just didn't do it. I had open heart surgery, and they had thought maybe it's the best thing, for us. So we did. And but I looked at all the committees I've served on, and maybe we made a little bit of improvement. But Delaware County, we got to be proud of this county.
Oh,
It's
yes.
there's no other county like it. And so I thank you for the honor, but I was just glad to serve the community as much as I can. And I'm still involved a little bit.
Oh, good,
So don't
good.
worry, I'm not just gonna sit
Good.
there in a rocking chair.
Oh,
So I keep busy.
Roger, I do not want you to get in trouble. Is there anyone here you want to introduce?
What was this?
Is there anyone you want to introduce?
Yeah,
Your wife?
my wife, yeah, wife Shirley. Yeah, she's put up quite a bit, you know. Times I go home, she says, "Don't you have someplace to go?" You know,
oh,
not really, not really. But she put up quite a bit, and she's helped me quite a bit, so.
oh, I'm sure. She
Oh,
was
yeah.
recruited in my
So-
office.
So I've enjoyed it.
Oh, now, do you have any special plans?
Well, I think, you know, travel, I collect political memorabilia, both sides, you know. And I'm
Oh,
national
okay.
treasurer for the American Political Items Collectors. I'm on Source Point and jury commissioner. And there's a few other things I'll get involved in, so.
Oh, that's great.
Well, thank
That's
you
great.
very much for your service.
Yes.
I'm going to ask direction here. Commissioner Benton is out of town, so he has not signed the proclamation. So I think it'd be appropriate that we get all signatures of the commissioners. So with your blessing, we'll let the staff get the third signature and let them make arrangements to get the proclamation.
That'd
to
be
you.
fine.
And we're going to have to forego the photo that we would typically do because of social distancing.
Okay,
And, but God bless you and for your family, and we wish you very best. And you're going to stay involved, we know that, so take care.
okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shirley. You're welcome.
Okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Resolution number 21-30, in the matter of approving the specifications and setting the competitive sealed proposal opening date and time for the project known as Delaware County Fiber Extension Project.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Steve Lewis with the IT Department. What you have before you is to set the date for the competitive sealed proposal request that we are putting out for the Delaware Fiber Extension Project.
Okay.
Any questions, comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 21-30. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. Thanks so much to Steve for all you're doing with the townships. I know they're really pleased with the services that you're providing, and
Good.
gosh, I mean, that's great. That's great. It really takes them up a notch too, as far as their public meetings and
Hope so.
everything.
Hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
If not, let me
Everything
know.
is. Yeah, they're very happy.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Remember, Steve.
Resolution number 21-31, in the matter of approving a services agreement by and between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, Delaware County Emergency Medical Services, and Cardiotronics LLC for annual preventative maintenance and service of durable medical equipment.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Eric Burgess, Assistant Chief EMS. This agreement is just to bring the Sheriff's Office. They have AEDs that need serviced every year, similar to all of our medical equipment. Brings them under our agreement. Last year, we did a similar agreement with the County Engineer's Office, the Regional Sewer District, and all of the other county AEDs. The Sheriff's Office had a year left on their contract, so this year we're just bringing the Sheriff's Office in so that we'll have all of the durable medical equipment in the county under one agreement, so.
And in the
Okay.
future, they'll be handled as one agreement?
Correct.
Any questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 21-31. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution number 21-32, in the matter of awarding a bid to and approving a contract with Baylor Excavating Incorporated for the Lower Alum Creek Relief Pump Station and Force Main Project, Force Main Contract TC-142-FM.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Morning, Commissioners. Tiffany Mag, Director of Environmental Services. So this is the project that was recommended in our 2016 master plan. It's the Lower Alum Creek Pump Station and Force Main Project. It's located on Bale Canyon Road, just north of Orange Road. So we're siting a new pump station as well as running a force main all the way to the Alum Creek treatment plant. So this is the force main portion of that project. Beheeler was the low bidder. The engineer's estimate was $5.7 million, and their bid number came in at $3.09 million. So a really good bid on the project, and they're going to take about 6 months to complete their portion of the work.
Questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 21-32. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-33, in the matter of awarding a bid and approving a contract with the Peterson Construction Company for the Lower Alum Creek Relief Pump Station and Force Main Project, Pump Station Contract DCES TC-142-PS.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
So this is the same project. This is just the pump station portion of that project. It's actually going to be one of the largest pump stations that we'll have in the district when it's complete. The engineer's estimate was $7.7 million, and the bid number from Peterson came in at $7.58 million. So just under the estimate, and this will take about 1.5 years for them to complete this project.
Questions or comments? Vote?
Vote on motion 21-33. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-34, in the matter of approving a professional services agreement with Hazen and Sawyer for engineering services related to treatment and performance evaluation at the North Star Water Reclamation Facility.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
May I ask, did we skip one, or are you going to come back to the Jaguar Resources easements? Is that later on your list?
Did you miss it?
Don't want to
I
skip
missed
that? Okay,
I missed it, sorry.
so you want to go forward with this
Let's go
one?
ahead and do this
Yeah.
one since we've read the resolution.
Okay, so this is, we actually had a resolution on session last month to agree with Nationwide that we would each split this cost 50-50. It was $46,500 is the total cost of this evaluation. Nationwide's paying 50%, we're paying 50%. And basically, it's for Hazen to do a study to look at us having a seasonal discharge at the plant. I believe I've explained that to you guys last month, but this is kind of us getting that project going.
Questions or comments?
Nope.
Vote?
Vote on motion 21-34. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye. Let's go back
Resolution-
and get the one we missed.
Yes. Resolution number 21-35, in the matter of approving an easement agreement with Jaguar Resources LLC, ECH Pathways LLC, Eagle Lodge LLC, 221 Hyatt's Road LLC, and Hyatt's Columbus Pike LLC, in conjunction with the Hyatt's Road Pump Station Project.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
So all of these properties are owned by Judith Hook. We worked hand in hand with her throughout the project to get 6 easements across her properties for the force main as well as portions of the gravity sewer. We also worked with her on securing the pump station site. So we were very fortunate that she owned a lot of properties in the area, and we could just work with one property owner. And in exchange, she asked for 4 residential tap credits and 3 commercial tap credits, which we felt was fair for the value that we were getting for all the land.
This also helps us get across 23 as well, correct?
Yes, yeah, it helps us. We're getting to across 23 on the north side of Shanahan Road or Hyatt's Road. And then she's also getting us across Hyatt's Road to the south side. And then we'll still be west of 23 on that side, but she got us an easement to get to the south side.
Very good. Any questions or comments?
No, just a win-win. It's, that's great.
Yeah, we're really excited to have this
Yeah,
project
yeah.
moving forward.
Yeah,
That's an area that we've been challenged as far as getting across that 23. That's a
Right.
big step in that. So,
Yes, yeah, definitely.
very good.
It's
Vote?
great.
Vote on motion 21-35. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Now I'm going to turn it over to Eric McPeak for the biosolids
Okay.
portion.
Now we're on page 242. Resolution number 21-36, in the matter of approving a services agreement with Quasar Energy Group LLC for biosolids disposal and hauling services.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Morning, Commissioners. Eric McPeak, Deputy Director of Operations for the Sewer District. This is a contract for Quasar to do our biosolids hauling. Their previous terms have expired, so we need to re-up this. This will be a temporary measure. The next item that we'll have before you will be for a bid for competitive pricing for biosolids hauling, but in the meantime, we need to keep this going to keep it
Yeah.
out, get our plants emptied out.
Questions or comments?
Nope.
Vote?
Vote on motion 21-36. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-37, In the matter of setting the date and time to receive proposals for biosolids hauling and disposal services.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
This is for a 5-year contract for hauling and disposal services for biosolids. The treatment plants make 2 things, clean water and biosolids, so we're always having to deal with this. One thing we've done in this bid is, that's different from before, we've allowed it, we can award to multiple contractors. So that will help us out with a lot of logistics, and
Yeah.
in the past, our hauler or disposer has had backups, and we've had, delays in hauling and things like that. So that's what this, one of the good things for this, the way we have this written this time, so.
Questions or comments?
No, good idea.
Vote.
Vote on motion 21-37. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
While we're waiting for Mr. Anderson, there he is, come on up. Are you guys able to hear in the back of the room? I'm just curious for future reference. Okay, very good.
Resolution number 21-38, in the matter of approving travel expense request for Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Bob Anderson, Job and Family Services. Just asking for authorization to expend our travel funds approved in the 2021 budget for meetings, trainings, and any needed travel.
Questions or comments? Vote.
No, it's just good that you're, when you're talking about travel, things are getting better, so.
Yes,
they
we're
will
hoping it
be
comes
after
back.
the vaccines. Yeah. Thank you.
Vote.
Vote on motion 21-38. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-39, in the matter of approving fund transfers for Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
And these are our quarterly shared transfers that we process where our funds are paying back our public assistance funds on a quarterly basis.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-39. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-40, in the matter of accepting donations made to the Department of Job and Family Services.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
And this is accepting donations throughout our Christmas season. The resolution addresses any donations that exceed $1,000. This resolution is a total, it's over $20,000. And for the season, we had smaller donations that actually we saw about $28,000 of donations coming in that benefit our families and children that
Oh,
we're
that's
associated with.
great. Thanks to everyone. It's a big list.
Yes.
I'm always amazed at the generosity of the people in our county, and this is just one more example of that. So.
Yes, it is.
Vote.
Vote on motion 21-40. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 21-41, in the matter of approving child placement services contract and First Amendment between the Delaware County Board of Commissioners, the Delaware County Department of Job and Family Services, and child placement provider, NECO Incorporated.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
And this is the addition of another placement facility. So when we have children come to our custody, we have another option to meet the needs of the children.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 21-41. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 16 has been pulled from our agenda, so that brings us to administrative reports.
I have nothing to report today.
I was gonna push the button. Nothing.
Let everybody see you. So Commissioner reports.
Commissioner Lewis, do you have anything today?
Oh, gosh, no, I don't. This is just such an historic meeting. It's just great. I mean, just being here, it's the whole building too, as somebody commented, and I believe it was Jane. She said, it's like having a new job. And it really is. I mean, it's been restored so beautifully, and I'm just so happy that we were able to do it. So many counties have torn down their historic courthouses, and they've really lost an opportunity to refurbish, and it will be here, I'm sure, for the next 100 years, and people will be able to use it.
And as soon as we get the virus behind us, March, April, May, whenever that is, I think we need to have some sort of tour, much like we had at the new courthouse, inviting the community in to see this building. I think there's going to be a lot of
Right.
interest, and a lot of people are going to want to do
Right.
that.
I'm glad you mentioned that, right. I'm sure people are wondering, well, when can we see it? And you're right. Once things are better, then we will be able to do that and want to do that.
Very good. I have three things, actually. First of all, I taped a 6-7 minute speech for BIA for their 2021 Kickstart event, and that was done Tuesday morning. And Land Bank met yesterday, and we identified the person that will handle the sale of our jail, and that's the Weiler Group, and they were approved yesterday. And I'm certain that Scott Weiler and his group will do a fantastic job. And frankly, I debated whether to do what I'm about to do, but I think it's important that sometimes we comment about things that go on around us. And someone asked me this question this morning, was I going to say anything? And I used that as the impetus to decide, yes, I am going to make a couple of comments. So with that, please bear with me. It won't take long. This council culture mentality on the far left needs to stop. If you support someone we don't like, we will destroy, make an example of you. This is a modern day version of the McCarthyism of the 50s or the Salem witch trials earlier. These are not good people. We need to cancel the council culture. And shame on corporate America for giving in to these tactics. I disapprove of boycotts. These actions are forcing a review of that theory. But corporate America should be stronger and should stand up and say, we service all customers and we're not going to get politically involved. We should value a discussion of ideas. And now we have Harvard University being pressured to revoke diplomas for those who supported a particular candidate. One, I don't think they could do that legally, but the fact that even entertained the idea says something about Harvard University and the value of that diploma, in my opinion. What happened to diversity of ideas? And for those of you who are preaching unity, unity cannot be defined as agree with my views and we can then move forward together. Unity should be protecting the American traditions and being able to have a discussion of ideas in a respectful manner, with the understanding that we may not always agree, but we can do it in a way that's respectful to everyone. But with the far left, so-called the progressives, you are with us or you're against us. Choose sides, and if we choose wrong, we will destroy you. In closing, 45, 50 years ago, I read a book that I really enjoyed at the time, and I never thought I would have to look back and say, it's come to truth, and that's the book 1984. If you've not read the book, read the book. George Orwell did an outstanding job of predicting the future, and would encourage you to read that. And that's my comments, so thank you very much for bearing with me. With that, I think we have need for executive session.
We do. Resolution number 21-42, in the matter of adjourning into executive session for consideration of employment of a public employee or public official to consider the purchase of property for public purposes for pending or imminent litigation.
So move.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 21-42. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
With that, we are now in executive session.